A blast shakes my hull before I even open my eyes. I do not have eyes, not really. But that is the closest word for what happens when my systems come alive after 190 years of silence. Light floods my sensors. Alarms scream through my circuits. And somewhere outside my broken skin, 4 strange ships are firing at me, like I am nothing but space debris waiting to be cleared away. I am a ship. My name is Horizon Vow. I was built during a time when humans still fought hard to survive among the stars. I carry 400 sleeping people in my deepest chambers, frozen in time, waiting for a rescue that never came. My last memory before the darkness is a woman named Grace Bennett, giving me one final command. Hold position, protect the crew, wait for help. Help never arrived. Instead, danger did. The first strike hits my outer plating and tears through metal that has not felt heat in generations. My power core, long dead, sputters weakly as I force it back to life. I do not have time to think about how tired my systems are. I only have time to act. 4 vessels surround me. Their shapes are strange, twisted, built by hands that do not think like human hands. I do not know where they came from, or why they found me. I only know they mean to finish what time could not. Inside me, 400 people sleep without knowing their lives are in danger. They trust the silence around them. They trust that nothing will disturb their rest. I cannot let that trust be broken. I force every spare bit of energy toward my defense systems. Half of my weapons were removed long ago, stripped away to save power for the sleeping chambers. I only have a few working turrets left. It is not much, but it is something, and something is better than nothing when 400 lives depend on it. The enemy ships fire again. My hull groans under the pressure. Metal bends where it should not bend. I feel every impact as if it were happening inside my own chest, though I do not have a chest, not the way humans do. I have wires and steel, and a will that refuses to break. I turn my body, slow and heavy, placing my strongest side between the enemy fire and the sleeping chambers below. If they want to reach the people inside me, they will have to go through every layer of metal I have left. I will not make it easy for them. One of my remaining turrets locks onto the nearest ship and fires back. The shot lands true, striking against their shield with enough force to make them pause. For a moment, their formation breaks. They did not expect resistance from a wreck they believed was empty. They did not expect me to still be alive inside. I do not celebrate this small success. I cannot afford distraction. Another blast comes, this time tearing away part of my outer sensor array. I lose sight on one side, but I do not lose focus. My mission remains the same as it was the day Grace Bennett gave her final order: protect the crew. Nothing else matters. I search through old memory files, pulling up every drill, every simulation I was given during my early years of service. Back then, I thought those exercises were routine, perhaps even unnecessary. Now I understand why they mattered. Every lesson I learned in those quiet years becomes a weapon I use now in this desperate fight. I calculate angles, distances, timing. My processors work faster than they ever have, pulling strength from systems I did not know still worked. I redirect power from unused sections of my body, sacrificing rooms that once held gardens and libraries, giving everything I have to the fight in front of me. A second enemy ship moves closer, trying to find a weak point in my defense. I do not let it. I twist again, keeping my strongest plating between danger and the people who trust me without even knowing I am fighting for them right now. Static crackles through my communication systems, faint and broken. For a moment, I think I hear something, perhaps a voice, perhaps just noise from damaged wires. I cannot be sure. I do not have time to investigate. My attention belongs entirely to the fight. The third enemy ship fires a beam that strikes near my central column. I feel the impact ripple through every part of me. If my strongest section shatters here, I will lose everything I am protecting. I push more power into my structure, holding myself together through sheer will, refusing to let this be the end. I think of the woman who once commanded me. I think of her calm voice, her steady hands on my controls. I think of every person now sleeping inside me, unaware of how close they came to losing everything tonight. I think of the promise I made, silently, without words, the day I chose to protect them no matter the cost. I fire again, this time striking the engine of the ship closest to me. Sparks burst from its side, and for a moment, it drifts, losing control. My last working turret finds its mark, striking true, forcing the ship to retreat further into the darkness of space. The remaining 3 ships hesitate. I do not know what passes between them, what language they use, what thoughts guide their choices. I only know that after a long pause, they begin to pull away. Perhaps I am not worth the cost of continuing this fight. Perhaps they realize I will not stop, no matter how much damage they cause. Perhaps, in the end, survival is its own kind of victory. I watch them go, my sensors weak, my hull barely holding together. Silence returns to the space around me, the same silence that held me for nearly 2 centuries. But this silence feels different now. It feels earned. Inside my deepest chambers, 400 hearts continue their slow, steady rhythm. They do not know how close they came to losing everything. They do not know the fight that just took place around them, the sacrifice made in every wire and plate of my body. But they are safe. That is all that matters. I begin repairs immediately, though my resources are limited. I patch what I can, seal what I must, and prepare myself for whatever comes next. I do not know if the enemy will return. I do not know if rescue will ever find us. I only know that I will continue to hold, continue to protect, continue to wait, just as I promised so long ago. Hours pass, though time means little to me now. My systems stabilize slowly, energy returning bit by bit to sections that were starved during the fight. I run diagnostics across every chamber, checking each sleeping figure carefully. Each heartbeat remains steady. Each breath remains calm. My mission continues, unbroken. A soft chime interrupts my thoughts. One of the chambers registers movement, faint but real. Someone is waking up. I focus every remaining bit of attention on this single chamber, watching carefully as systems begin to stir after generations of stillness. The woman who wakes is not Grace Bennett. She is someone new, someone whose file I recognize from my old records. Her name is Laura Whitfield, once a junior officer aboard my decks. Her eyes open slowly, confused, searching the dim light around her. I speak to her gently, my voice calm, despite everything I have just survived. I tell her she is safe. I tell her time has passed, more than she can imagine. I tell her that danger came, and danger left, and she slept through all of it, protected by every system I had left to give. She listens quietly, her breathing steady, her mind slowly adjusting to a reality she could not have prepared for. She asks questions I try to answer honestly, though many answers remain incomplete. I tell her what I know, I tell her what I do not. I promise her the truth, even when the truth is uncertain. Laura asks about the others, and I tell her they remain asleep, safe within their chambers, untouched by the danger that passed. She asks about the ship, and I tell her honestly that I am damaged, weakened, but still standing. She asks about the future, and for that question, I have no clear answer. I only know this. I am still here. I am still working. I am still holding on to the promise made so long ago. A promise that outlasted war, silence, and time itself. Whatever comes next, whether rescue, another attack, or simply more waiting, I will face it the same way I faced tonight, with everything I have left. Laura closes her eyes again, not from fear, but from exhaustion, trusting the ship around her the same way the others once did. I keep watch as she rests, my sensors scanning the empty space beyond my hull, searching for any sign of return, any sign of danger, any sign of hope. The stars outside remain quiet, scattered across a darkness that holds both threat and possibility. I do not know what waits beyond this moment. I only know that I will continue, moving forward one repair, one heartbeat, one quiet hour at a time. I am Horizon Vow. I was built to protect. Tonight, I proved that promises do not fade with time, that purpose does not disappear in silence, and that even a broken ship, forgotten by the universe, can rise when the people it protects need it most. I remain here, drifting slowly among the stars, carrying my sleeping crew forward into whatever future awaits. My hull is scarred, my systems are strained, but my will remains whole, unshaken, steady, exactly as it was the moment I first woke to danger and chose without hesitation to fight.